I'm going to utilize this highlighting tool to navigate you through the presentation, which is going to make it a little easier for you to follow along. So let's get started. More and more people today are driven to look for additional sources of income due to the financial climate of the economy. But there's numerous reasons why people look for different sources of income. Things like spending more time with family, diversifying your income, paying off debt, children's college fund, give more time to charity, or simply just create financial freedom. A little bit about the company. The 5 Links principles: vision, integrity, opportunity, freedom, and success. 5 Links was founded in 2001. The co-founders have over 60 plus years experience in telecommunications as well as direct sales combined. We've experienced over a 4-year growth of over 800%. We broke ground and moved into a 50,000 square foot world headquarters that's located up here in Rochester, New York. And the company's motto has always been representatives comes first. Meet the 5 Links co-founders, President and CEO Craig Jerabek, Executive Vice President of Marketing Jeb Tyler, and Jason Guck, Executive Vice President of Sales. Just so that you know, 5 Links is not a fly-by-night company, let's talk about some third-party credibility. 5 Links has been featured in the Inc. 500 and the Inc. 5000, which ranks the fastest-growing private companies in the entire nation from 2006 to 2011. The Success from Home magazine, the Your Business at Home magazine, as well as the Rochester Top 100 companies have recognized us as one of the fastest growing companies in Rochester from 2006 all the way through 2011. Box number 1, let's talk about the opportunity. Timing and positioning are the keys to success. I personally grew up thinking that in order to become successful, you needed to have multiple degrees, know people in high places, or have a lot of work and or job experience. Well, I'm here to tell you that that truly has nothing to do with you becoming successful. Robert Kiyosaki said it best in his bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He stated that the A students typically end up working for the C students. And becoming rich and wealthy has nothing to do with how smart you are, but everything to do with timing and positioning. If you can predict what consumers are going to be buying 3 to 5 years before they start buying and you get in position first, you can't miss success. I'll give you guys an example here on a timeline in the communications industry. In the 1980s, it was the PC industry. PC being short for personal computer. Now, before this industry began to evolve, what did most people use to type up documents before the personal computer? The typewriter. Well, while everybody was focused on utilizing the typewriter, the companies that got in position because they predicted the next major trend was personal computers were companies like Gateway, IBM, Dell, Hewlett-Packard, Apple. These companies are now the billion-dollar players in this arena because they saw the opportunity before the masses did. They got in position and they cashed in. In the mid-1980s, it was the deregulation of long distance. For the people old enough watching this presentation, back in the day, you can remember that we never had a choice on our long distance provider. It was only AT&T. AT&T started to overcharge consumers. The government stepped in, signed a bill, and broke them up, or the correct term, they deregulated AT&T. And the first 2 in order to compete was MCI and Sprint, which went on to become billion-dollar companies. In the 1990s, it was cellular as well as internet. I'll explain the cellular first. Some of you guys are laughing at this brick phone. Back in the day when cellular was first introduced to the marketplace, this was it. But most people couldn't afford this brick phone because these went for $1,000, $2,000, in some cases $3,000. So what did the masses use to stay in touch with friends and family members to communicate? It's the pager. Well, it's so funny that if somebody had paged you because you couldn't afford a cell phone, you would stop on the side of the street and call them back from a payphone. Well, ask yourself this question. When's the last time you used a pager or a payphone? But see, the companies that realized that a trend was emerging are the billion-dollar players today. These are companies like Verizon Wireless, T-Mobile, Sprint PCS, AT&T Wireless. These guys cashed in and are now billion-dollar players. The internet, 20 years ago, how many people were on the internet? And if you were, it was probably dial-up internet. But guys like Bill Gates predicted the trend. He got in position. And today, Bill Gates makes $583 every second of every day. He cashed in, and money is no longer an issue for himself. Well, here we are again at the doorstep of opportunity. These next three trends that I'm going to explain to you represents well over $1 trillion worth of opportunity and makes these past trends look like a wading pool. In the 2000s, VoIP and video applications has proven its dominance and will continue to dominate over the years to come. Text marketing is definitely an emerging trend, really gaining traction over 2011, with consumers sending more than 1.5 trillion text messages last year. And the energy market alone represents $500 billion worth of opportunity as the final monopolies begin to fall. And I'll explain all three emerging trends in detail in the up and coming slides. Let's move on. Box number one continued with the opportunity. VoIP, or Voice over Internet Protocol, that I alluded to in the previous slide. This is just a fancy word for digital phone service. 5LINX as a company recognized this emerging trend and got us in position by creating our own VoIP company called GlobaLinks. I'm going to give you guys an example of traditional phone service versus digital phone service. Back in the day, phone service used to come to your house from the phone poles outside. They would run a line under the ground to a side of a little box inside your house called a DMARC box. That's how most people got phone service. It was high in price, and there was a lot of taxes and fees involved because of all the wiring and infrastructure. Well, today we've simplified the process by utilizing this terminal adapter box. And all this simply is this box converts the internet signal into a dial tone, and it cuts the cost of phone service by 50% or more. Over 44 million U.S. households will make the switch from traditional phone service over to digital phone service by 2013, and we offer this to residential as well as commercial consumers. GlobaLinks offers a buffet table of products and services that we utilize over our VoIP platform. For example, our GSP10 product simply allows for you to make unlimited calls to 75 different countries, as well as high-definition 4-way video conference calls right from the comfort of your computer. We also offer mobile calling applications that's currently available for the Android as well as the Apple family. We also have a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art network up here at our corporate office in Rochester, New York. Our job in the field is to sign the customers up, and their job is to make sure that the customers are taken care of. Last but certainly not least, we cannot overlook the global phenomenon that's taking place with tablets. Last year alone, nearly 100 million tablets were sold, with 50% of the market share going to Apple and the iPad, as well as the Amazon Kindle is gaining a lot of traction. But wouldn't it be nice for you to get a chance to market a tablet yourself in an industry that's ever growing and it's a global phenomenon? I'm going to run a short clip just to give you guys some specs and some details on our 5LINX Velocity tablet.
Welcome to the next evolution of 5LINX products, the 5LINX Velocity. Take your business further, faster. Light and agile, the 5LINX Velocity tablet boasts front and rear-facing cameras, an 8-inch True HD screen, and the newest Android operating system. Connecting is easy too with HDMI out, USB, and flash memory. The 5LINX Velocity comes preloaded with multiple 5LINX necessities, including the GlobaLinks mobile video app. Communicating with your friends, family, and business partners has never been easier. Take your business further, faster. The 5LINX Velocity tablet. Order today.